Start it up. Welcome back to the MBH podcast, Money Buys Happiness. This is going to be a special episode today, which it's not really that special because it's literally just me and Ernesto. You know, the people have been asking for it, so...
Which people?
I don't know. Bro, listen, I got to make it sound like people are asking for it, okay?
I don't think anyone asked.
No, they are. The people are asking for it.
Thank you for asking.
We haven't done this since season 1, like episode, 3 or 4 or something like that?
Yeah.
Back then, we were a little more focused on, like, what our topics were.
Nobody watched season 1, please.
No, watch it.
No, don't watch the first episode.
Okay, yeah, fine. Well, actually, it has, like, a lot of views, but anyways... We're here. We're here to just talk shit today, to be honest. I don't really know what... We didn't prep anything. Like, at least I didn't. I woke up this morning being like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? But we have a lot to talk about, though.
Yeah?
We got a lot, we got a lot of things to talk about.
We got Dini on the mic, by the way.
Yeah, Dean's on the mic.
Dini's going to be fucking very active today.
Oh, what's up?
Because we need it, Dini. We need it.
We all need it.
Okay, let's get into it then.
I'm gonna start with this.
What do you want to talk about?
I'm just gonna start with this.
What?
And it may not even end up being a real big topic of conversation. But AMC is at $70 right now, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll give you guys a fun fact. I was told to purchase AMC. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's AMC stock, you know?
It's a stock.
It's a fucking stock. I was told to purchase it back early January. I bought it for $15, and then I ended up selling it at 12, so I lost money, which was fun. And then yesterday Ernesto and I were sitting in the office, and I was just crying steady for like an hour because AMC at 30, AMC at 40, AMC
And
at
you know
50.
what's what's hilarious is that you told me this piece of advice when it comes to stocks and crypto. You said never sell when you're down.
Yeah, just hold.
Just hold.
Yeah.
You told me that.
I know I did.
You did.
I did.
And then you didn't do it.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Dean, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Actually, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, listen.
So why didn't you hold? Why didn't you hodl?
Okay, you know what? This is going to lead me into my conversation. I didn't hodl for this reason, okay? I actually pulled out all my stocks. And I'm just sitting on cash because, bro, there's going to be an economic crash, dude.
Wow.
I'm calling it now. Not that I made this up, because I far from made it up. I read a lot of shit. I've watched a lot of videos on it. Obviously, with the fucking coronavirus, the pandemic, this and that, shit's been moving at an unreasonable rate. Like, stocks crashed in March and then like hit all-time highs within 6 to 8 months, right? Housing market is flying in Canada and in the States. Crypto's on a tear. Like, how the fuck in a time where no one has money is everything like going through the roof, right?
I know.
Inflation obviously is a massive, reason for
but
that.
That shit surpasses inflation every time. Like, it's just way more than inflation.
No, 100%.
It doesn't match up with inflation ever.
No, it never does. But that's kind of the thing. And so, like, I've been reading a bunch of shit, and so we like to talk about this. Our boy Bill Gates has been buying, like, bro, the guy's been buying fucking farmland like it's going out of style.
Dude,
and,
what did he buy? 300,000 acres?
Dude, Bill Gates now is the largest owner of farmland in America, North America.
That's
242,000 acres.
Yeah, and so what I've been hearing, word on the street, is that food shortage is coming, and he can control the supply of food because he owns the fucking farmland.
Sorry, I'm just opening up this map that shows all the land that he owns in the States. It's fucking disgusting, bro. Like,
half of it belongs to his ex-wife now, though. Jeez.
Yeah, but even that, I've been reading some shit that, like, that's all, like, just for, like, tax purposes and stocks.
He has thousands of acres in over 19 states.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, dude.
What do you need that for? What are you doing with that?
Well, maybe he's opening a weed company.
Yeah, here we go. The word on the street is that he'll be able to control food supply. Obviously because he owns the fucking farmland, and now there's also a huge chip shortage in the States. So a lot of, like, they can't make like trucks, and they can't fix like transport trucks and stuff. So, like, food's gonna not be able to get to where it needs to go and shit like that. So it's like all these things are prepping for a massive economic, fall. And
we like to call it the reset.
You know what I mean? And so it's fucked because everyone's all hyped up about the stock market and making all this money, but, like, as quick as you make it, you can lose it in places like that, right? And even in the real estate market, like, we've been talking about a bubble forever. Obviously, everyone's like, "Bro, it's gonna crash." Bro, no, it's not. Real estate agents, I love you guys, but I also hate you guys. I think you're liars because you guys are like, "Bro, it's never gonna crash, bro." Shut
bro,
the fuck
market
up.
Never, bro.
It's never,
How?
bro. It's the safest investment. At the end of the day, I get it. Like
Ask
I get
him
what
about 2008.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's take you back.
I get it. Like I understand that perspective. It's definitely safer than a stock or a fucking crypto. But at the end of the day, it just can't go up forever. Like it's impossible, right?
Not even Bill Gates owns any land here because it's that expensive. See?
He
Why is
probably
he-
does. He probably
Yeah?
listen. He probably does. I don't know.
think so?
You could probably search out. He probably does. But anyways,
Okay.
I see shit. I see shit's about to go down in my.
But shit's been going down.
It's been going down, but it's leading. Like I think it's gonna lead to something huge. So what I read was in the States, come the end of the summer, 40 million people are set to be evicted. So because they put in a rule, obviously because coronavirus, whatever, that people just couldn't get evicted. So now that's coming to an end. I don't know exactly if it's August or September. 40 million people are set to be evicted. So what's going to happen when 40 million people get evicted? Landlords can't pay their rent, or can't pay their mortgage. There's no rent coming in, and now all of this such a massive amount of supply on the market comes up. That drives prices down, right? So I think it's gonna be some weird shit in the States. How that affects Canada, I don't know.
Oh, we'll just go there and buy everything.
Crypto.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
talking crypto. It's a weird time, man. You know what, Bill Gates? Fuck you, bro. Straight up, because dude, you're doing some weird shit. We're probably gonna get canceled off YouTube for me even saying that.
I
my
never
God.
liked that snake.
Yeah,
I
man's a
never
snake.
liked
Oh
that
my
man.
God, cancel
Man's a
me.
snake. Man's a snake. Yeah, some weird shit. Yeah,
Yo,
you know
if
what
you
I mean?
look into Bill Gates, you'll find weird shit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
bro, he flew to Epstein Island way too
I was
many
flying
times.
there back and forth, man. Come on.
You know what's crazy? I actually saw on TikTok. I love TikTok. I saw a TikTok. This dude was like, these 2 or 3 guys. They took like boats and they went to like Epstein's Island, which now is like abandoned.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Right, but like crazy, and they're like it's on fucking TikTok. You
Yeah.
can go and see these guys like cruising through the island and shit.
Yeah, those guys were popping in and out.
They're like it's
You go look at Bill Gates, any interview he's done in the past 10 years, this guy's saying shady shit. This guy's saying
We've
weird
been talking
shit.
about what's happening right now
Yeah.
for the last 10 years. How do you know, fam? And you know what's funny? Your boy Fauci too. I know that's your cugino.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I know that's your
So,
cugino.
for anyone that doesn't know Dr. Fauci, that's actually Anthony's uncle.
Here we go.
It's actually Fauci Sorella.
Fauci Sorella, yeah, it's a double
Antonio
last name.
Fauci. Sorella.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
He's switching sides a little bit now.
No, but he's going back and forth.
Well, I know he's been very flippy, washy on his shit, but he just came out now and he's leaning towards now that like the virus is man-made.
Yeah, by him, bro. Literally by him.
Yo,
The
but
types
honestly,
of
it's easy to
studies-
say that when you figure out like the people that made it.
Yeah, that too.
He was helping fund the type of studies they were doing in Wuhan. Like literally the type of disease that they were, or the type of studies that they were performing. I can't remember the name for it now, but he was involved in that heavily. So like, not only are they trying to conceal China's involvement, they're trying to conceal the U.S.'s involvement in the possibility that this was their fault too.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense because now they haven't found like an animal, right?
yeah, they're never gonna find that
No,
fucking
but
animal.
That's
No
the thing.
chance.
It was like the swine flu came from the pig, the H whatever, the bird came from the bird, the cows had their fucking 15 minutes of fame. But no one can find out where this came from. The story was a bat, bro. An American went there and ate the bat, bro. Shut up, dude.
Yeah, there's
Shut
no
the
fucking
fuck
way
up,
it came
bro.
from a bat. They would have found it already. You don't think they would have
It's
been looking for that
almost
bat?
2 years, exactly.
Yeah,
How have they
no
not
way.
found it in any other? So
No way.
You know what I mean? So some sketchy shit going on. Whatever, it is what it is. But
I mean, they're releasing Fauci's emails now, and it's just him just pretty much admitting to the opposite of what he's saying.
the mask stuff. I was reading that.
The mask stuff, yeah.
He's like, basically, how do you have them there? You can pull them up.
I'm trying to find them. I'm on BBC right now, and
I read one here. This one's great. Hold on, I gotta pull this up
Like-
quick. This one fucking really fired me up.
He's-
Really got me fired up, dude.
That's what it is. It's gain of function research supported by Fauci. Just Google that so we don't get pulled off YouTube and we don't have to talk about the whole story. But Google that and freak yourself out because that's not even like weird UFO conspiracy shit.
yeah, that's some real shit.
That's real. He was involved with it. And
I mean, all it takes is a quick Google search for everyone to figure it out.
yo, fuck Google. Use DuckDuckGo.
Okay.
Fuck Google.
Okay, fuck
That's
Google.
facts.
Nice.
Big facts.
Canceled by Google now. Okay.
Yeah. It's not like we're on YouTube that they own.
Google, don't cancel me, please.
We'll mute that.
Yeah, I mean,
Here.
it's a quick Google search, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up. This is an email that he wrote. This was Wednesday, February 5th, 2020. He sent this to Sylvia Burwell, whoever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Sylvia, masks are really for infected people to prevent them from spreading infection to people who are not infected, rather than protecting uninfected people from acquiring infection.
Wow.
The typical mask you buy in the drugstore is not really effective in keeping out virus, which is small enough to pass through the material. It might, however, provide some slight benefit in keep out gross droplets if someone coughs or sneezes on you. I do not recommend that you wear a mask, particularly since you're going to a very low risk location. Your instincts are correct. Money is best spent on medical countermeasures such as diagnostics and vaccines. Safe travels. That's what he said to someone. So, to all you dumbasses, and I'm going to say straight up, wear masks outside. Like, first of all,
outside's a
what are
no-go.
you
That's a
doing?
no-go.
Listen, again, freedom, you do whatever the hell you want. You want to wear it outside? Wear it. That's fine. You look like an idiot, but do it. But then you're like, but then I see, how about my main peeps who are by themselves in a whip? They're by themselves in the car with the mask on. You're not around anybody.
You know what that's like? I just thought of this right now. Wearing a mask outside is like wearing sunglasses inside. You know what I mean? Go for it, but you look like a moron.
That's like
you know
wearing
what I
a
mean?
seatbelt outside.
Yeah. Seatbelt in your bed.
The outdoor seatbelt.
Seatbelt outside when you're just walking.
Yeah. That's not bad.
I mean, don't be scared of your car that much.
Don't be scared of the outdoors.
The outdoors, yeah, that too. Like I don't even know which one's worse, the car or the outdoors.
It's weird times, man, and it's funny just because like we started this podcast like right at the peak of the pandemic, or not peak, but right when it started.
The fucking climax.
You know what I mean? And
the fucking
fuck,
lockdown climax.
And back then it was different because people had no idea, right? Like there was a little hesitancy because people didn't know. But 2 years in, we know everything. We know everything now. We know it all, or a majority of it. You know, we know enough. And we're looking at our neighbor in the States, you know, packing stadiums with 95,000 people. And then, you know, we're here and we can't even let fucking 500 healthcare workers.
Here.
Yeah,
you can't even talk.
Don't even speak because that's illegal.
You can't even talk.
You can't buy an oven mitt at Walmart. You can't buy candy because it's non-essential.
I know.
What the fuck is that? I can go on Amazon and buy anything I want, but I can't go into any local store and buy what I want. It's just insane, bro.
I mean, the signs are everywhere. The signs are everywhere.
Amazon going way up.
Oh, Amazon going way up. Everyone else going way down.
Way down.
Way down. But I mean, what's the worst case scenario, buddy? We relocate to Texas?
That's what it's looking like these days. And we always say this. If it was 2019, I would have said Toronto. I'm never leaving Toronto. Like, or, you know, not never leaving in the sense of like this will be my home base always forever. This is where I'll settle back down if I ever was to leave. I can't say the same anymore, dude. I cannot say the same anymore.
Just leaving.
I think this will all be over in a couple of years. We'll remember that fat fuck Doug Ford, and everybody will be like, "Oh, remember that fat fuck?"
A couple years, though.
Oh, I know. A couple of years is no joke, but it's still Toronto. It's still Canada. It's still overall, I think, a better place to be. But right now, it sucks for sure.
Don't you think that with what's happened, like just with the lockdowns, it's going to take some time for at least the businesses to get back to where they were?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, economically here and even in the States, it's fucked for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like you see the UFC, you see all that stuff, and it looks sick and it looks great, but behind that, there's like 1 million people starving to death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like we were saying, there's like a bunch of people that are going to get evicted as soon as
40 million.
yeah, exactly. So it's going to be fucked. It's not like it's far from over, but I don't know. I still think Toronto and Canada is the better place to be long term.
Yeah.
Short term, for sure, I would move to Texas tomorrow if I could for the next 2 years or something. But
so you have faith. You have faith in Toronto.
Are you ready to learn how to speak Cantonese here?
I already know Cantonese. I already know. Trudeau is going to bring in his
maybe
new girlfriend.
Mandarin.
Is it Mandarin?
It's Mandarin or Cantonese.
Sure.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. There's no Chinese. It's Mandarin or Cantonese.
Okay.
But
are you ready to learn it?
I already know it. I'm in preparation. As soon as Trudeau got into office, I was like, I better start, hitting up some Cantonese lessons.
You know what's crazy? Actually, this is. I read this and shout out the Sun, the Toronto Sun.
Oh, they're actually doing the
they've actually been showing both sides, which is like very rare for any type of mainstream media outlet.
But they get canceled too as soon as they say something.
But I like this. I read something and I read this in it. So early on in the pandemic, some news came out. Didn't get a lot of love, obviously, because the mainstream media, they pick and choose what they want to say and who's paying them. But how at the beginning of the pandemic, the word was out that there was like a lot of Chinese, the Chinese army was training in like a couple bases in Canada.
Yeah.
One of them was in Ontario and where else, Calgary, whatever. So that was kind of sketchy. Like already, why is the Chinese army in Canadian army bases inside Canada training?
Maybe they like our weather.
Yeah, for sure. So that's weird already, right? Whatever. It is what it is, kind of thing. You look at it, you say,
the weed law.
It's the weed. It's the weed.
You're here to smoke bear kush.
It's the weed.
So that's weird, whatever. And then the Sun wrote an article a couple days ago or last week. So there's like a very, very like high security, high tech microbiology lab. Lab in Winnipeg. And like for like even the top Canadian microbiologists and scientists to get in there, it's like almost impossible. Like bro, like you need like crazy clearance to get in there. Like not even the best Canadian scientists can get in there. And Aaron O'Toole was going like head to head with Trudeau in the House of Commons. Basically, two top Chinese scientists were seen in there walking in, whatever the case was. So the news came out that there was 2 Chinese scientists in there, and people started tripping out, obviously. And so there's this one. I should get his name and shout him out because he's a G. One guy at the Sun. He really writes this type of shit. He really just like asks the questions. He's writing about this. And Aaron O'Toole in the House of Commons is like pretty much asking Trudeau like, yo, how the fuck did these guys get in here when our best scientists can't even get access? Like, what the fuck's going on, right?
Oh, they paid me a bunch of yen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're going
go.
back and forth, and the classic Trudeau, we must fight for all Canadians.
Yeah.
Just like talking shit, not responding to the guy's answer.
Never,
and then
never
finally
does.
he gets pissed. He's like, bro, answer the fucking question pretty much, right? Obviously not swearing. And he like flips it and he goes, this is Asian hate. This is an Asian hate crime, Asian racism, you know, whatever. I'm all for everybody trying to protect everyone. That's fine. That has nothing to do with Asian hate. The guy's asking how did outsiders from another country get in before our own scientists get in? Like, how does that make sense, right?
Yeah.
So you're just like, you're seeing all these connections to China, and you're seeing like the decisions that our government's making and the way that they're trying to have some type of power over us. And the influence they have from China, and Trudeau saying all these things all about his admiration for the Communist Party of China. I think you have to take a step back and use a little bit of common sense and say, this is kind of weird, no?
Yep, absolutely. Fuck that. That guy's probably got a glass dildo with the CCP logo on it up his ass. That guy should never have been elected the second time, or never elected into parliament. He's riding on his dad's last name.
Yeah.
He's a moron. He doesn't really know what he's fucking doing. All you have to do is watch that speech about him giving up plastic at home, and you're like, is this guy having a stroke right now on the microphone? Because like he doesn't even know how to speak.
Well, he made his way.
Teacher, bro.
He made his way in from like what we call identity politics. So he just went in and like, you know, during his campaign, and he did a great job of it. He's an actor, right? So fucking he did a great job. He just attacked people's identity. So he like went for the young age. He talked about legalizing marijuana to get the immigrants who are, you know, make up a massive portion of Canada. He started talking about immigration laws and how much he would give back to them, which he hasn't followed up on any of that. You know, and he just picked and chose in certain things that he said and what he was going to do, and that's how he kind of garnered all those votes, right? And he's a good-looking guy. He got people that way. He's charming. He knows how to talk because which I take that back now, but back then he did, I feel like. And so I think that's how he made his way in, and it's scary. It's scary times, man, because I feel like people just, they're not really seeing what's going on. Like, you know what I mean?
When the fuck is the next election?
20, is it 20? No, I know for the premieres, it's 2022.
Jamie, pull that shit up.
Yeah, I know for premieres it's 2022. So like Doug goes in June of 2022. He goes up, but I don't know.
Federal election is October 16, 2023.
There you go. Yo, show out, bro. Show out. People got to show out and like and really vote and really do their research before they vote, and not just see what Six Buzz is posting and telling them to believe, because everyone's getting paid out here. Every news outlet's getting paid. Do your own research. Do a ton of it. Read articles. Yeah, straight up. Except us. Someone want to pay us?
Son?
Somebody. Everyone do your own research, man, and just like, when I say do your research, I'm saying read a little bit from every outlet.
It's like frowned upon to do your own research, though. Then you have people like,
you do your own research?
You got a YouTube degree. You know how many times I've seen that one?
Yeah, it's
Here
a
comes
classic.
the YouTube scientist.
Yeah,
you know, there's actually real scientists that go on YouTube and post videos.
Yeah, YouTube is not like a kid's toy anymore. It's not like when we were in fucking high school. Now there's like legitimate people making way more money on YouTube than they could with a network television
and
show.
teaching real things, giving real value.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
All
man,
you need is a camera.
You like
I don't understand.
Like, you can,
so where am I supposed to learn it from?
Well, bro, there's
CNN.
Exactly.
There's
right?
like Harvard. There's like Harvard. What the fuck? What is it called when you not discussions? What is it called when you go to school? Do that?
Lectures.
Lectures.
Yeah.
There's like Harvard lectures.
Yeah.
Yale. Like you can get real information on YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate when people say, "Oh, bro, there's a YouTube scientist
coming right up."
Yeah.
There's definitely some shit that you will not learn in a couple, weeks of
100%.
YouTubing shit. Nobody's saying you're gonna get your medical degree off YouTube, but you can for sure hear both sides of the stories. You can, if you're a normal thinking human, you can be like, okay, that's stupid, I'm not gonna believe that. That's also stupid, I'm not gonna believe that. There's bullshit on both sides. On every side of every argument, there's bullshit, right? So, as a thinking human being, you gotta arrive somewhere in the middle and figure it out for yourself.
You don't have to be a scientist.
Yeah, the vaccine is not putting a 5G chip in your arm, but at the same time, it's also unproven.
Yeah,
so
there you
there's
go.
something going on, right? On both ends, that's
Ask
bullshit.
questions.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's what it comes down to.
But you can't.
Ask the
but
questions.
You can't. Yo, shout out our guys at Cast. Yo, I seen you on the live yesterday.
Yeah, you seen that?
I seen you hop on the live yesterday. You
Dude,
did your thing. I thought you were about
snap.
to go off
I
straight
was
up.
going to, but I was like, yo, they don't have enough time for me on here.
Yeah. Shout out my guys at Cast because they're creating something really cool over there.
Yeah.
Go check them out. Join Cast, social platform that is completely anonymous voting platform. So you can go on, vote for things, and no one's gonna know it was you. So
And every Wednesday they come on, they do a live at 7:00. They bring some people and just talk about some of the casts, casts are equal questions. Some of the questions that were asked for the past week. Holy shit, lost. That were asked for the past
is that
week.
Joe Biden across from me?
Jesus. Oh my god. Yeah, killers. Anyway, well, fuck off. Okay?
Come on, yeah,
killers. Yeah, check out Cast. Download it. Insta is at JoinCast. Yeah, they're
but
doing
like
something good.
that's what we need. That's what we need more of.
Yeah,
we need
right.
we need platforms that are keeping things. It's sad, but like you have to vote on a fucking platform, and you got to be private about it now. Like that's where we're at now.
Well, and I want to cycle into that. I want to cycle into.
Shout out Cycle Water.
Shout out
We're gonna cycle right into it.
Listen. Shout out to the boys at Cycle Water, keeping us hydrated day in and day out. It's always Cycle, baby.
Okay.
Hit him with the splash.
Splash.
There you go. Okay.
Actually forgot.
I want to say, wow, I was like, damn. I want to cycle into freedom of speech and talk a little bit about that. Because I know we try and like keep our other podcasts with guests we try not to get too into this type of stuff. But it's time. Today's the day. So, yeah, I mean, obviously there has been, I feel like, a massive attack on freedom of speech. You literally are not allowed to speak your truth unless it aligns with the narrative that is most popular in that moment, which in the last, I'd say about year or two, has been a very left view and left viewing narratives. Which is fine. If it's popular, it's popular. But it's also okay to have an opposing view, or a view that maybe you agree with half of what they're saying and half not. So there's been a massive attack, and obviously that's kind of what Cast is doing with their app. But it's crazy. It's crazy, and cancel culture is at an all-time high. It's funny. Guys and girls are being canceled for things that they've said 10 years ago, tweets they put out 10 years ago.
People are getting canceled for things they don't say.
That's the other part. It's crazy.
That's crazier. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
even crazier to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think we talked about it on another episode, but Ron McLean, he's a host on a show in Canada, and he made a comment about something, and people came out and started trying to cancel him because they thought that he was implying something, and then he had to come out and apologize to those people because they misunderstood what he said.
Backwards.
What are you talking about?
Yep.
You're apologizing for somebody else's stupidity. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm trying to say. So I say something, you guys misinterpret it, then I gotta apologize to you guys because you misinterpreted what I said.
Yeah.
Isn't it the other way around? Shouldn't you guys have to apologize to me?
It's everyone's on their toes out there. They're just you got people waiting to pounce on you at any second.
The cancel army is they're shaking. They're they're
as
tweaking.
soon as you click send on a comment or a story, or it's happening.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is how many people are so full of shit online, and then when you see them in person, they don't give a fuck about half the stuff they
that's
post
another thing.
about.
You can't do that, right? And then fucking what's it called? When you make a burner account.
Yeah.
Then they just do that.
Yeah.
Burner accounts are also at an all-time high. Go on 6buzz and dude, it's all burner accounts. Accounts with 0 followers, following 2 people. One of them is 6buzz, no pictures, or a picture of a fucking squirrel in the bio, and a bunch of emojis in their bio, And people have now had to resort to that because whether they're left, right, in the middle, whatever their case is. People are scared to speak speak their fucking truth. When the hell did that become a thing, and why is that a thing? It's horrible. And people getting canceled for other people thinking they implied something and losing everything, losing their jobs, which, you know, feeds their family and shit. Like, people don't get it, you know. They think canceling is just like, oh, cancel that guy, bro, no one's gonna like him. Like, no, there's serious repercussions to being canceled, especially if it goes as deep as losing your job and your friends and shit, man. Like, it's so you fucking people, they're trying to cancel everyone. Oh, cancel this guy,
cancel crew,
bro, because you're not feeling the repercussions of what might happen to that person and their family, and you know, the list goes on of all the things that can happen to someone for being canceled.
Some of these burner accounts just looking for attention, and I don't understand why, because you're receiving attention on a burner account.
How much of a fucking loser do you got to be to even do that kind of shit, though, right?
Like top 3 for sure.
There's no way anybody that's successful is sitting there on 6buzz or any of these other platforms, even YouTube comments, being like, "Fuck you this" or "Fuck you that." Like, I've never in my life thought, you know what, I'm gonna spend an hour today commenting on shit. You know what I mean?
I had a burner account say, "Well, who the fuck are you?" And he was like, you can actually go see who I am.
Yeah.
I can't see who you are.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like...
I remember that one. I seen that.
That was crazy.
It gives people a license to just do stupid shit. Just for their own entertainment, right? And like a lot of it is they don't even believe what they're saying. They're just... classic internet, the whole fucking thing is trolling, right? So
there's fucking trolls everywhere.
It's just for their own amusement. And sometimes you got to realize, listen, this person doesn't even believe what they're fucking saying. They're doing it because they think I'm going to get pissed off. And then if I reply, they can see I'm pissed, and then that gets their rocks off. Meanwhile, they're sitting behind their shit fucking desk at a shit fucking job. You know what I mean?
One thing, it's facts. It's absolute facts. And another thing, and I'm curious if you guys have done any research on this or whatever. You know, shout out Jordan Peterson, my guy. To be honest, just spitting the facts, speaking his truth. That's someone who doesn't give a flying fuck.
No, but he's saying what he needs to say. Man. He's speaking facts.
But he's very well spoken. Like, if I could speak as well as him, I'd probably say a lot more things that people don't like. But he talks a lot about you know, toxic masculinity, and how that now has become a massive thing. You know, people trying to cancel people or whatever. It's almost like a crime to be like a man's man, like a manly man. It's like a crime now, right? And so this word toxic masculinity, these two words have become so popular, and something that Jordan Peterson actually, you know, he talks about, and I don't want to butcher it, but I probably will, but I'm gonna just say it anyways. He kind of says, like, you know, the people that fall under this like toxic masculinity genre, whatever, are actually men who weren't taught masculinity properly, like from a young age. So like toxic masculinity is guys who walk around trying to be all macho and shit, and you know, belittling women and all this shit, right? Those are most likely guys who weren't actually taught proper masculinity, because proper masculinity is, you know, being a man, and then you have a family and taking care of your family and respecting women and whatnot. So the more he's trying to say, like, the more that we put this narrative toxic masculinity, the more men are not going to be, you know, brought up as proper masculine men, and the more you're going to see these toxic masculine men, right? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but who's trying to hear that? You're going to get canceled quick, bro. No, come on.
That's the thing, like, you know what I mean, like, that's the you can't even. So you look at, like,
it's crazy that's something that's like you have to think twice before saying. That's crazy.
It's insane.
You know what I mean? You're talking about just genders.
Yeah.
That's
another
way to get canceled. Listen, like, there's so much information overload out there that. What are you even going to think about? Which one are you thinking about? Which one are you going after? Which one are you going to inform yourself on? And now then the media comes in and just tells you which ones to care about, which are the same 3 things.
Yeah.
They don't want you to see anything else. But to me, that's all gaslighting. This is all gaslighting.
100%. But the whole premise of this is that you need to have these conversations.
Yeah, you do.
Because you'll never find out what's right and what's wrong if you can't have the conversation. So
I know.
whether I say something that you guys don't like, that's the beauty of now us having a regular open conversation with no one feeling attacked, because I might say something you guys don't like, and you guys can spit your points and be like, yo, well, maybe this is why you don't say that, maybe this is why you shouldn't believe that.
We used to do it in elementary school. It was called debating.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? That you can't do. Debating?
You think they still do debates in elementary now?
Yeah, it's all scripted, and both sides are fighting the same point.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The teleprompter's going.
Everyone disagrees with each other. Yeah, and that's craziness, crazy. Right? And so, you know, I don't know where you guys stand on the whole masculinity thing. I feel like there has been a huge attack on masculinity.
I think there's way too many people giving other people power to affect their own life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't agree with somebody to the point where you're getting mad and it's giving you anxiety, don't talk to that person.
You need a hobby probably or something.
Yeah, you need a hobby, number one, but also don't associate with that person. I think it was way easier before, cell phones and social media to ignore that shit. And that's why our parents didn't have this problem. They had their own problems, but they didn't have the problem where they can't have an opinion at a family gathering, or they can't, meet a new person and discuss something as crazy as like gender politics or something like that in a meaningful way. Right now, you're worried that if you say the wrong thing, oh, Anthony's going to leave here and post about me on Twitter how I'm such a fucking, a racist or a this or a that.
Yeah.
When there's absolutely nothing, it has nothing to do with it. It's just I have a different opinion than you regarding, the same solution, how to get to the same solution.
Or I want to have a conversation.
Yeah, or just a conversation.
Which, like, I definitely see where you're coming from, but at the same time, like, the disassociating yourself from someone just because you don't agree with their opinion, I think is also kind of fucked. Because, like, when people reach out to me in the DM and are like, yo, thank you for asking the questions. Because, like, when I talk about COVID, vaccines, and stuff like that, I'm not really trying to give my opinion. I'm just sort of asking questions to open conversation, because that's what I want to promote, conversation. And not get a vaccine, don't pro-COVID, whatever. I just want to open conversation. And so, how many people have reached out to me and just said, thank you for creating this conversation, because I can't even talk to my family about it. I can't even talk to my closest friends about it, because they're going to fucking cancel me to whatever extent. Like, dude, I've lost a ton of friends. I've lost a ton of followers who are like people I grew up with and shit.
Soft.
Just because of 100%. I see it as soft, right? But the younger generation who has grown up with these phones and really seen social media and like this is how you define a friendship and they're like they're tripping because they're literally losing their friends over their opinions or their hesitancy to talk about anything.
Like people are taking it hella personal though. That's the thing. They think that like when you ask a question, like you're attacking them in a way. Like when I was even asking questions, I would do those polls or whatever.
Yeah.
Even if I worded the question a little bit that I was on a certain side, like you could see that someone could tell and they'll get at you for that,
they'll know where you stand on it. Yeah.
Right. But I think like, it's just hard to even ask the question too, which
that's a great question. Why do people take it personal?
They take it personal. They take it personal because, again, what the media's been pushing to them. Yeah. Bro, take a walk down the street. You'll see 10 billboards that say, stay 6 feet apart, wear your mask, do this, do your part. Yeah. Do your part. Like, that's something that they've just instilled in your head. So now everyone thinks they're doing their part. Yeah. But, like, you're not a superhero because you're listening to the government and just blindly listening to what they say. So,
and by the way, you're also not a fucking superhero for telling somebody to put a fucking mask on either.
That's something too. Like you don't have to like, again, if you're really gonna go out there and push this whole mask agenda, for example, at least do some fucking research on the masks.
It's
okay,
true.
if all you're gonna do is you're gonna sound like you're reciprocating everything that CP24 says, we're not gonna have a good conversation. Right?
It's true.
But if you're gonna walk around and start telling people wear masks, you better tell them why.
Well, this is what
bring the facts back.
This is what I was saying exactly.
Because now there's articles coming out from Stanford University, their team of doctors, saying that masks don't work and they're actually bad for you. Those are doctors from Stanford University. Like, I don't know what else you want to hear. But
this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying yesterday on the cast live. What I was saying was a lot of people that I have these types of conversations with, I've noticed that a lot of people that have decided, not to wear masks or not to get the vaccine, whatever the case is, are people who have done a ton of research, have gone out there and read articles from different outlets and have come to that decision. Whereas a lot of people that have decided to follow this narrative, wear their masks outside to go see their fucking nonni, to get the vaccine, have made that decision blindly. Like someone, shout out this person on Instagram who goes, oh, I decided to get the vaccine and I did zero research on it because I have millions of doctors who did it for me.
That's bad.
That is so dangerous.
That's bad. That's a bad direction we're heading if people start thinking like that.
That's scary. That is scary. Just because, and then the argument's going to be, well, do you do your research on what you eat from McDonald's? Listen, I don't, and that's wrong, and I probably should. But two wrongs don't make a right.
I know enough about McDonald's to know that it's not good for me.
But I'm saying, like, they like people who have that opinion are going to come to you and say, well, do you do research on this, research on that, which probably you don't on a lot of things, right? But two wrongs don't make a right. That's the classic saying.
But I wasn't talking about anything else. That's the thing.
But I'm saying, if you're looking at it from a totally
you're looking at it from an open mind. You're looking at it from every
mind. You're saying,
perspective.
okay, you're right, but two wrongs don't make it right. Just because I haven't done my research here doesn't mean I should just never do my research now.
That's different. 100%. It's not like you're going around telling everybody eat McDonald's day and night because it's good for, you know what I mean? That's different too.
It's the push, right? So if people are going to push, then that's why people are saying, you know what, like, no, I've done some research, I'm not going to take it, right? There's no push on eating McDonald's.
Yeah, that's
right.
Unless you're Doug Ford.
Unless you're
Dougie Ford. But like, no one's really going to see you on the street and be like, yo, why aren't you eating McDonald's? You know, kind of thing, and shame you for it.
That's facts. That's facts.
I think that, like, that's like a power trip kind of thing. Like when someone's like, yo, why don't you have your mask on? Like, you're like, why don't you wear a mask?
Dude, I've been beefing
it's like
guys.
A power trip.
I've been beefing guys I've been beefing guys in the fucking office, in our office building. Almost had a scrap with a guy because he just started calling me a fucking idiot for not wearing a mask in my own office, where like I work at the end of the day, and I'm literally walking in and walking up to my office, which takes me about 0.5 seconds to do.
Yeah, but the guy didn't even know you. You could have even had the vaccine.
Yeah.
You could have even been doing your own whatever.
Yeah.
He has no idea of your background with COVID or with anything.
And call me a fucking idiot.
I don't want to blast them too much, but it's also, having heard the whole story, it's also somebody with very little power in their life, and now they get to exert power over you by telling you could wear a fucking mask.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a power trip, right?
Yeah.
So if you were going through life and you never had any authority in your life, here it is.
You got the green light now.
You get to tell people to wear a fucking mask.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I asked the question. On Cast, and I'm like
that's too much.
I asked the question on Cast, and I said, you know, do you think people have the right to like ask you why you're not wearing a mask?
Some people voted the other way. I was cheesed, eh?
Some people. So I obviously said no. I don't think you have the right. At the end of the day, freedom of speech. You ask them to say what you want. I just don't think it's right to go ask people about anything.
No,
about
you can ask them, but then I could just say no.
Yeah.
And walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah. You 100%. Also have the right to not respond. And
one guy made a good point, and he said, "Listen, at the end of the day, do I think you should? No, but freedom of speech allows you to say whatever you want."
It's both sides.
That's
100%.
That's a logical. But look, that's a logical person who doesn't agree.
Yeah.
But brings the facts. If you don't agree with someone, just bring the facts.
So you have the right to ask.
Yes.
And you also have the right to say "fuck you."
Yeah.
Right back.
Which is what I did after I was called a fucking idiot. But you know,
it's just, you know what the problem is? It's just dividing people too much. You know what I mean? And you said it too. Like you lost followers. You probably lost some friends.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for me.
Yeah.
And bro, like throughout my whole life, I've never been one to push anything negative on people. Like I've always been the
positive guy.
The positive
bro.
guy just trying to help the people.
Yeah.
Anyone that knows me knows that.
Ernesto for the people.
I'm always for the people, right? And whoever knows me knows that, right?
Yeah,
so
it's true. Yeah.
If people really think I'm going to go out there and preach something that will affect my people in a negative way, they don't know me.
Yeah.
That's
facts.
all.
True.
So you don't know me. That's it. You don't even know what I'm trying to talk about.
I just wonder, you know, where did the good old saying of mind your own fucking business?
That's lost.
Where did it go?
We need that.
Like that's like
I used to hear that all the time.
In Italian, it's fatti cazzi tuoi.
Fatti cazzi
That's
tuoi.
what my nonna would say to me all the time.
Yeah.
She would say, bro, in Italian, mind your own fucking business.
It's sad, bro. It's dividing people, bro.
Walk around and mind your own fucking
business. Bro, it's none of your cazzos. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up,
and it's sad, bro, because it's really dividing people.
That is the most sad part about all of this, is that exactly in a time where people are preaching, you know, unity, they're trying to preach unity so much, those same people are the ones dividing, you know, creating division.
Yeah.
Like I also asked another question on Cast about, do we think that, you know, restaurants and other places are going to start creating like a vaccinated and an unvaccinated area? I saw I saw a video on a news outlet of like a taco place in like Chicago, like Illinois, and the guy showing his restaurant, so proud of it. He's like, oh, here's the unvaccinated section and here's the vaccinated section.
Yeah, but people think that's okay.
Yeah, but you have the right to do that, but also I got the right to never go to your restaurant again. You know what I mean? So that's fine if people want to do that.
You have the right to do it again. You have the right to do anything. Well, maybe, but the point is that morally it's not right, because now you're creating another level of class. Oh, you're vaccinated, you're unvaccinated, so you're unhealthy.
Right.
What are you talking about, bro?
Right.
Like, so in a time where we're trying to create so much unity, we're also doing a great job,
unity is just a cover up. Unity is just a cover up. That's not what's happening.
We're doing a great job of creating division, which is like, it's total opposite of what we're trying to preach here. Like, it's fucking insanity, right? And I want to circle back quickly to the people who are, you know, trying to assert this power with masks and vaccines. You know, the same people I've noticed in my fucking studies and what I've seen online, or studies,
crazy studies,
call it, crazy studies I've been doing. The people who are really pushy on getting the vaccine and wearing masks are the same people with the argument that will say that, who have the same argument of pro-choice, pro-abortion.
Yeah.
So it's a woman's body, it's her decision.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the vaccine, it's not your decision.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many divides.
So
even that group of people, they're divided.
No, but the thing is, you can't pick and choose when pro-choice is good for you, when it fits your narrative and when it doesn't.
The argument a lot of people have is if you don't get the vaccine, you could kill somebody else,
but
right?
But if you get an abortion, you're literally killing a child.
Right. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah,
so,
for sure.
There's a chance, which I don't believe the science is proven there, but by their standards, there's a chance you may kill someone by not wearing a mask or not getting the vaccine.
Right.
But it's a guaranteed death when you have an abortion.
Well,
so I don't know.
It's the same thing when someone knows.
And by the way, hold on. I'm pro-choice. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
So no one comes on and tries to cancel me. I'm pro-choice.
You've been canceled, bro.
I've been canceled. It's a woman's body. In my opinion, it's a woman's body. It's her choice. That's my stance. But anyways.
For sure. I won't even get into that.
I forgot what I was going to say.
No, just because I'm making the argument and I want to come out and say I'm pro-choice. That I have no issue saying.
Yeah.
But so I'm pro-choice there and I'm pro-choice everywhere. You want to get a vaccine? You want to get a vaccine or you don't? No problem. Your decision.
100%.
You want to wear a mask or you don't?
Just don't tell people what to do.
That's my point.
Even with the government, like, there's people out there that they know the government has lied to them. It's known.
Another question I asked on Cast, yeah.
So you know the government lies to you, but you just continuously just blindly believe them. Yeah, I don't know.
You want some
and
facts?
And someone could tell me, "Oh, Ernesto, you never gave a fuck about the government 2 years ago. You never gave a fuck about politics," and that's true. but I'm serious. It's true. But they weren't. They weren't.
Well, it didn't affect you as much.
It didn't affect me, but they weren't doing things that were so obvious. Yeah. To the population, you know what I mean?
We always say, like, the government has been corrupt since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
But they've never been this open with their corruption. They've never been so, like, smacking us in the face and saying, "You guys got no power." You know what I mean? Like, you guys are done. Like,
and when someone says, "Oh, well, what rights have you lost? What rights have you lost?" Because, like, well, let's say we bring up that Canada's moving in the communist direction, right? Yeah. Someone will just say, "Oh, you don't even know what the fuck communism is because that's back in Russia or back in Eastern Europe or whatever, back in Germany, back in China, whatever." And it's like, this is just modern day.
Yeah.
This is just a modern day. You think they're gonna come here, start bringing the tanks and lock you in your house? No, they know that you would find out what's really happening.
But they don't even have to do that now.
They don't have to because they get you from this.
There you go.
They get you from the media.
It's psychological warfare now.
Psychological.
And that's like
even worse.
A lot of people who have talked to, like, from Eastern Europeans, Russia, who have come here have spoken out and said, "This is communism. This is exactly what I left." Exactly. All these fucking people so entitled. What did you lose? What did you lose? What did you lose? You've lost in every right.
Yeah.
You've lost every right, dude. It's been 2 years you've been locked up. Going to see your friends at Bellwoods, you shouldn't be happy that's
the only thing you could do.
That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
People have lost their businesses, have lost their livelihoods, have lost the chance to see their dying grandparents in their final years. Like, crazy shit.
Yeah.
Have lost, besides all of the physical things, have lost the right to think, have lost the right to ask questions. That is psychological warfare, dude. And that's like, and that's what people, because at the end of the day, this keeps them occupied. What is Kim Kardashian doing today?
Yeah.
Ooh, what's the
what
new
did
TikTok
Demi Lovato
trend?
say today?
What did this person say?
What's her gender today?
Yeah, like,
what
it's
is this?
crazy.
What
dude.
is that? Let me take a new
attention,
Insta
bro.
pic.
Attention, right? Like, that's what.
So they don't see it, but it's a scary place, and I think
even what they're doing to the kids, like with schools and shit, like that's bad, man. I just see it already. Like, these kids are looking like they're just TikTok kids, TikTok generation. They're just walking around, dancing around, doing moves. Like, that's how they talk to each other, bro.
Yeah, dancing around and killing themselves at an all-time high rate. Like, it's fucked what's been going on.
Suicide rates are through the roof.
Astronomical.
Are through the fucking roof. But it's okay because we're saving lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're saving fucking lives.
I don't think so, to be honest. I don't really think so. But
dude, the way I see it is like, the kids, it's insanity. You're expecting, a fucking 8-year-old in grade 2, grade 3, whatever.
They'll go on Zoom in the morning for 5 hours.
For 8 hours, they got to be on like a full school day in Zoom. Like,
when we were in school, they used to say, "Get off your phone." Now they say, "Get on your phone."
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
What's going on?
It has been a complete switch up. And now I've seen Doug is closing schools probably till fall.
Yeah.
So the kids are going to start school again
They're 2 years
on
behind,
the computer.
No? Was it 2 years now?
What, bro?
Like
you're
almost?
behind. Whatever. They've been doing it. Like, you know, we have friends who are teachers, young, who are. We have friends who are teachers who are pretty new to the teaching life. You know, probably 1, 2, 3 years in, and. You know, and these are teachers who are very, you know, tech savvy, who know how to use Zoom, who know how to use phones. So if anyone can keep children engaged from a technology standpoint, they can. And they're even telling us, like, I'm having tons of conversations where, like, yo, this is fucked up. And this is coming from teachers who grew up in an age where technology was so prominent. And they're even coming and saying, this is fucked up. Now imagine you have a teacher who's on the brink of retiring, 50 years old, 60 years old, who don't know how to use technology the same way, who don't have that. How the fuck do they keep kids engaged? How do they keep kids learning? It's impossible. And kids are losing that social aspect.
That's the big thing. Because like 90%, or not, maybe not 90, but half of what you're doing at school is learning how to talk to people and engage, what's right, what's the wrong thing to say, how do I act around other people my age. It's all gone. It's gone. Half the time you see a kid who's under 20 and they're like socially fucked up. They don't even know. Yeah, it's like, I think there was an article a couple of years ago that like Disneyland, all these big amusement parks, normally you hire kids 16 right out of high school, whatever, that's their first job. They're having a tremendously hard time finding kids that are able to socially interact with other people, that aren't just totally fucked up socially and don't want to talk to people. Sad, and it's just really fucked up. But
that reminds me of Levi's.
What?
The jeans?
When I used to work at Levi's.
Okay.
Salesman. I was running around making sales, 15 years old.
Listen, those are experiences that like this generation needs to have. This young generation needs to have.
Because you can't go to the mall, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I mean, I feel bad. I feel for the kids. I feel for the parents as well, because that's setting them up for failure.
Oh,
that's setting them up for failure.
Yeah.
And
no, absolutely.
Bro, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like we always say. It's like weird times. It's like. It's just you need more of these conversations. You need more of people asking the questions, and when it's time to vote, obviously that's when people got to show out, right? And all the people who are against a lot of the shit that's happening.
I feel for the people that actually cannot go online and say what they really feel. Like whether they're gonna lose a job, lose a friend, lose a family member, they're just scared to say. Like I feel very bad for them.
If you work at the bank, your opinion is locked up until maybe you get home and you can tell your wife or something. Like if you work at the bank, you're fucked. Yeah, you can't exactly. Yeah, make sure nobody's gonna hear.
No, I mean if you work any job,
anywhere like that, anywhere that you have an HR department, you're fucked right now. You're fucked with your own opinion if it's not exactly what you hear on CNN.
Except if you work in neighborhood. If you work in neighborhood, speak your fucking truth.
Yeah. Or if you just have your own business, that as well. You'll get to speak your own
truth. Even then, bro, people are scared because they don't want their business to get canceled. What about your good friends at Sweat and Tonic?
Wow.
We'll call them out. Fuck them. We'll call them out.
They fucked up.
What happened? Tell the people what happened.
Sweat and Tonic is a gym in Toronto.
Yeah, they're like a yoga studio,
gym, and they do like
boutique style.
Yeah, fucking boot camp and shit. They came out, I think early last week.
Yeah.
And they announced that they're going to reopen, but only to those who are vaccinated, fully vaccinated.
That was like the first case of that in Toronto.
So they came out and they said that, and they got obliterated online. Obliterated, like bad.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days later, they kind of revoked that statement. And another gym, I forgot the other gym, but there was another one that did the same thing. And then
the
revoked.
cheesiest retractment.
Yeah. Okay? It was
just to save their brand.
You could tell they fucked up. And I mean, then I hear that there was a grant if you implemented that in your business, and it's
that's the scary part. It hasn't been proven. That's the word on the street.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just gonna talk about what I've heard.
Yeah. But I'm saying,
other than that,
to make it clear,
that's a stupid move. You're doing something that you're going against a lot of your own followers, which a lot of the people that go to that gym are more on the left side of things.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So they weren't in any position to make that announcement. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they're in the gym world, and that
also you mean the right side of things.
Yeah, the right side.
Like conservative.
Yeah. More probably conservative.
But their industry as a whole has just been demolished. So then they come out. So now you have people in that industry that have other gyms saying what? They took a grant for something like that, or they're doing this to try and get ahead of us or whatever, try and open before us. Yeah. And then you just have the everyday consumer that goes to their gym that's just like turned off now. It's just like, what? You're a gym, but you're making me take this.
Yeah.
You're about health, but you're forcing me to do that to come into your gym, right?
People would argue that that's health, though.
100%, but I'm not gonna argue that. Yeah. That's not health.
Yeah.
To me.
No, I know it's crazy, and I actually never thought of it from the perspective of like what you said, where their whole industry has been obliterated.
Yeah, literally.
Like just demolished, and like, you know, to come out and be like, yeah, when we reopen, only vaccinated. So
I'm sure they even thought it was a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm sure they thought, oh, we're gonna be the first to do this. Everyone's gonna follow suit.
They did that, and they made how ridiculous. They made that known in their statement, whatever. And then when they called it back, they're like, yeah, we didn't do enough research, and we've been having more conversations.
Okay, hold on. So now they want to do research.
That's my point. And that now circles back to what I was saying before. A lot of people who are against the vaccine, or, you know, not against it, but don't want to get it, who don't want to wear masks everywhere they go,
because they've seen
have done research. And I think I never even thought about that. Exactly. Before you make a statement, especially one that's going to, you know, that is from your business, do the research.
It's a very polarizing statement to make, like, hey, only if you have the vaccine you can go. I think in their defense, like, they thought it was going to be a smart business decision. They can open early, and nobody's going to argue that if you have the vaccine, you can work out next to each other, right? Yeah. But they didn't consider the fact that people who don't have the vaccine, which, like you said, a lot of people who go to gyms tend to lean a little bit conservative to the right. They didn't consider, like, hey, like, the majority of our customer base doesn't even want the vaccine. They didn't consider that. They just thought, hey, fuck it, we're going to be able to open and get the memberships back up.
You're not even informed on a crazy decision like that.
Or your own fucking clientele, right? Like how are people going to take it?
In their defense, businesses, especially in that industry, are desperate right now.
Fuck, yeah.
So I'm sorry, I can't defend them even with that.
No.
Because
I'm playing devil's advocate.
That's one in 10,000 gyms in Ontario.
I'm just playing devil's advocate, right? And that's the beauty.
100%.
The open conversation, right? The devil's advocate is that their industry has been demolished, and so if that was their way, I'm sure this is probably their thinking, if that was their way to just open up quicker and be able to feed their families again, if that's what they had to say, they were willing to say it, which is wrong. Totally 100%. Wrong, right? We live in a free country, a democratic country.
If you're going to divide people like that, what's the difference between dividing them by race when they get to your business?
So there you go.
What's the difference?
Because now
what's the difference?
It's like this way is allowed by most people. Are never going to say that that's okay, but a lot of people will be like, yeah, let them open vaccines.
What's the real difference?
Well, there is no real. You're
discrimination either way.
Yeah, you're segregating.
Well, their argument is health. Again, it comes down to health. The argument's going to be, well, we're looking out for people's health, but regardless of health or not, it's creating a divide, and we're just moving backwards. What has been fought for all these years of unity, especially in a country like Canada, where we accept, you know, millions of immigrants, you know, every year by year, and we let people come into Canada and keep their culture, instead of like other countries where in Europe, let's say you move to a country in Europe, you don't get to keep your culture. You gotta go with the flow and what's happening there. In Canada, we accept people, we accept their cultures to come with them.
That's our biggest strength, by the way.
Which is our biggest strength.
100%.
And then we have the people inside now creating a divide, going against what Canada stands for.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, cultural appropriation, it doesn't exist. The whole place is, you're supposed to share everything with everybody else. You fucking. You gotta share things with other people. 100%. You gotta share your culture. You gotta learn from other people. You can't separate people and tell them you can't eat Italian food if you're not Italian. You can't make Italian food if you're not Italian.
It's funny, actually, now to go on that topic quick. I want to say, like, at the end of 2020, there was like this brand, these girls from, like, I think they're from New York. I know they're from the States for sure. There's like a famous Chinese card game.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Chinese card game, or it's like a form of dominoes, whatever. I don't want to butcher it because I don't know exactly what it was. But let's just say some sort of game. And these two girls, they like put their like trendy twist on it. And like, you know, for example, let's say like it was a card game, and you know, there was like the King of Hearts and the King of Spades. They like made it like the King of something else, and the Queen of something. They like changed like the
drawings or whatever.
Yeah, like the drawings and artwork, whatever. And then they got completely destroyed, right? Cultural appropriation. Why are two white girls coming on and changing up a Chinese game? They shouldn't be allowed to, whatever. And I was having an argument with someone about this, and they're like, that's completely wrong. They should be canceled, blah, blah, blah. And I go, how many people open up restaurants because I'm talking to someone from Toronto. I go, how many people open up Italian restaurants, pizza restaurants in Toronto that aren't Italian
and butcher them?
Completely butcher it, bro. You should go to every single one of those people and cancel them and close their businesses down because, bro, there's people of every race, Indian, Chinese, whatever, every race, Portuguese, this, that open Italian restaurants. Why aren't they getting canceled then?
Yeah,
that's cultural appropriation too.
Yeah,
again, it comes down to picking and choosing when they want these narratives.
When it's fit for them.
When it's fit for them. You can't do that. You can't do that. You gotta stick to what you believe in and believe in it all the way through.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Craziness.
it's just information overload out there, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And
I know.
And I can't even expect an average person to know enough about everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Every day, something new.
Okay, so you know what? What's your opinion on the vaccine?
Oh, here we go.
What's your opinion on it?
I just think that like, if you're healthy, if you're a healthy person, okay, you should have a choice whether you could take it or not. If you're a certain age as well, I think if you're younger, you shouldn't be pushed to take it. Okay, now people might say, oh, well, everyone got their flu shot when they were young, whatever, they got this shot, whatever. But this is not that. And I don't want to get into all that about the vaccine. Yeah, of course. But I think that you should just have a choice. Yeah. I think you should have a choice, and you shouldn't be shamed based on your choice. Yeah. That's all I think, right? Yeah. The vaccine itself, like I said, I'm not going to go into it like crazy, but it's still in experimental phases. Like, no, and that's facts.
That's
like,
proven, yeah.
Right? So I'm not in any rush to get it, that's for sure. I'm not running there. Yeah. But again, I don't care if you get it or not. Like, if someone wants to get it, get it. Yeah. It's like every body is different. Like Elias even said on this episode.
Everybody is different.
Right. Yeah. So I think that you just have to monitor that, and also, cliche, do your fucking research. Like, it is what it is, right? I think that everyone should just be able to make that choice and not be shamed for doing one or the other. That's all I think about it.
Yeah. I'm in total agreement with you. I go back to the same thing. I'm pro-choice to every extent. You make a decision. You do what you want. Yeah. You do what you want. That's the beauty of living in Canada, right? A country where which it's changing, but where you just have the decision to do whatever the hell you want.
Usually.
You know what I mean? Usually. Not do whatever the hell you want. I can't run around fucking killing people, but in the sense of like when it comes to your health and your body and your decisions in that sense, like, you do what you want. And I think, I'm in agreement with you on that side. Just do your research, and if after you do your research and you want to get it, that's cool. Yeah. I would just push people to do research and not research that where every outlet or every person or doctor is on one side, because yes, there are doctors and there are scientists and a big amount of them that are pro, that think everyone should get it, and that's fine. Are they being paid by Big Pharma? Who knows? But
listen,
that's there. Now,
did you know that right now at this time there are rooms in airports in Europe that are smoking rooms. You go in the room and you smoke cigarettes with other people in a glass box. Yeah. And we're being pushed to wear masks. Yeah. Yeah. Like, do you see an issue? Yeah. No, I mean, you're picking and choosing again.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna do research on anything, especially when it comes to your health, take the time to. It's also harder, especially with where we're at today. It's harder to find articles that are against it, but they're out there. There are Instagram accounts, there are articles, there are doctors, real doctors who are against it, as there are doctors that are for it. If you're hesitant, or if you're just thinking about getting it or not getting it at all, both ways, just do your research. It's a little harder to find the articles and the doctors who are against it because they're kind of being silenced, but find it, read and listen to both sides with an open mind and make your decision. But it's scary because I have a lot of friends of mine who are being pushed by their family, who their whole family has gotten it. And we're talking about guys, my age, 25, healthy, who are being pushed by their families to get it. And family pressure, like, that's not even peer pressure. That's family pressure. That's where, like, it gets intense, right?
I've never seen the population be pushed to take anything medically.
Yeah, ever. Yeah,
I've never seen the average person pushing someone to take a product that's supposed to help your health. Like, I've never seen that push. Yeah, I've never seen that. Yeah. So you have now people that are pushing something that they've never done before. It's not Shoppers Drug Mart putting out a promotion. This is like an average Joe pushing something on someone.
Yeah. You know
like
what?
It's not like go buy a T-shirt or something. It's different.
And I was actually having this conversation yesterday. Just in terms of the media and the way things are going with the narratives and it being very biased. We're talking mainstream media. I think the pendulum will swing back. I know Elias said this. I think the pendulum will swing back after doing some thinking about it. And the reason I think it will swing back is because mainstream media only has a hold over a certain age group, which is the boomers, the older, the older age group. And knock on wood, as they begin to pass away and die, and kind of like our age and, the people in the 30s and 40s who have access to like new age media, as they become kind of the next most influential, kind of not influential, but you know what I mean, holding a lot of wealth and whatever.
The new leaders of the world.
Yeah, exactly. Like as they step into that their position as leaders in that sense, they have the access to like the new age media, which I think the old age media and mainstream media is gonna die. I think CP24 will die out. It's dying out. That's what I'm saying. They're hanging by a thread in terms of their only audience is that older generation, baby boomers, whoever, who don't know about this and how to use this to its full extent. When I say this, if you're listening, our phones and our computers, they're dying out already. Like I don't watch CP24. I don't watch anything I see from a mainstream media news outlet is like clips and stuff that have been put onto Instagram and put onto social platforms. So I think as those start to fade out, more news outlets and more media outlets that come from guys like us sitting in front of a microphone and having open conversation will continue to rise, and that's where people are going to look to listen to real unbiased conversations and form opinions and ideas from that. So, which I'm happy about because right now the pendulum it's too far on one side, and if we continue this way, like we're in huge trouble. And I think everyone is still okay right now with where we're at with the pandemic, economically and mentally and physically, but the real repercussions are going to show in the next 1 to 2, maybe 3 years, like you were saying, Dean, earlier. And that's when people are going to look back and say, holy shit, I never saw this coming.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, it's like, these institutions like CNN, whatever, all the New York Times, they've been the trusted source for so long. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think what's swinging is the independent shows like podcasts, or there's a couple great podcasts that aren't Joe Rogan that have, people that are super knowledgeable on it that will talk about politics, and they're not beholden to the advertisers. The biggest problem I think right now in politics, in media, is you're beholden to somebody who's paying you.
Yeah, so you're just being lobbied. Like,
if the drug companies are paying you to advertise in between on the commercials, you're not going to say something bad about them. Even as a reporter, you might not believe what you're saying, but your boss is telling you, your producer is telling you, hey, fuck nuts, Pfizer ad is coming up next. You can't be talking about how people are, or whatever, the Johnson & Johnson ad is coming up next. You can't be talking about how people are having a stroke off their first dose, even if it's a tiny amount. You can't. We're not going to report
CP24 is fucked up on a couple of those. They put like the good news and then the bad. Like I saw one of those memes about Astra. It was like you can mix and match with Astra, and then the one under it was just like a different headline, was like all these bad side effects happening from Astra. So literally, but they literally fucked up. But
it's just that's what's gonna happen. I think, like, you guys know it, but I think the move or the push is being, or the pendulum is swinging into independent media, independent thinking, independent productions, right? Where you can go directly to people who give a shit about what you're saying, and they're paying you, or they're contributing in a way that allows you to survive and make this show happen, versus massive Toyota advertising to you, so now you can't swear or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a real problem when you're allowing big companies or big advertisers to control what you're saying, and people are eating that up. There was a comedian on Rogan a couple months ago, Dave Smith, who said something that I totally resonated with me. He's like, in 2008, Occupy Wall Street was all about fuck the 1%. They weren't even talking about the 1%. They were talking about the 1% of the 1%. Yeah. So what the consensus there was, hey, it's like all of us against the fucking guys who own the banks. Not even like, the people who have a couple $1 million, $100 million. We're talking about billionaires, people who have like $100 billion, and they own all the institutions that we have to use on a regular basis. Now it's become, hey, it's not 99% versus 1%. It's the 5% versus the 8% versus the 10% versus the Chinese versus the Italians versus the Indian. it's ridiculous to think that all these corporations who support pride and support all these social issues are doing it because they give a shit about people.
Yeah.
They're doing it because they think that's a great way to make
get the money.
Yeah, get the money and get people to think that we give a shit about them, right?
Yeah.
Super dangerous if you actually buy that.
Yeah.
You're buying the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
True.
It's 100% bullshit.
What are these? It's funny. Like I've been seeing pictures of like all of these like, all of these companies, right? Because it's Pride Month, Happy Pride Month. I'm seeing all these companies, you know, changing their logos and putting the pride flag, like, and that's all great and everything. But what do you really do?
Very little.
What do you really do for that community?
Very little.
Changing your fucking logo and putting a flag on it isn't enough. That's not real support.
You want to hear something hilarious? I have a few friends in the community who identify as, you know, gay or lesbian, etc. And I've seen them posting on their Instagram stories like, hey, if you're going to ask me to do like influencer deals for your pride campaign and you don't even want to pay me, why don't you just go fuck yourself?
Yeah.
Like, it's literally just bullshit.
Crazy.
It's all bullshit.
Companies are doing that?
Oh, yeah. I've had multiple people that I know post on their stories like, hey, this brand has reached out to me or this company has reached out to me, and they're going to offer me like fucking nothing. Like, you know what I mean?
Peanuts,
like, literally nothing. Like, literally one of the compensation packages was, here's a digital ticket to a digital concert.
Oh my God.
Sick, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick, bro.
It's all bullshit, and I think that's the real problem is like there's way too much money involved in that shit, and that's personally like why I'm skeptical of taking the vaccine. I've got all my vaccinations up till 2020, right? Like I've been vaccinated for everything. I'm not against vaccines for any other reason than this one has come way too fast, and there's way too much money involved in terms of people making a quick buck that are not necessarily there for the long-term repercussions, right? Politicians who are pumping vaccines into countries because they're getting a paycheck from a certain drug company, and it may be fine for people to take the vaccine. There's zero repercussions in the future. We have no idea. But at the same time, I'm smart enough to know that there's way too much of a financial incentive to just trust it and take it.
Once you know that, then you have to question it, right?
Well, it's like you said, when there's billions and in this case, probably trillions of dollars on the line.
Easily trillions.
Easy.
Like, bro, somebody will, like, people's morals will get completely thrown out the window for $100K.
Yeah.
Let alone 100 mil, let alone $1 billion, let alone a couple trillion.
They'll actually throw out their morals for a Krispy Kreme donut.
Or large fries.
Oh my God, that video of the governor
it's a marketing campaign. Like it's a marketing campaign, man.
Yeah. Weird times. Listen, we got a rental coming in our office soon, so we'll
this is the end of the season,
Yeah, this is the end of our fucking season.
Way to wrap it up.
This has been a good one.
This has been a good one. Yeah,
it's been a good season. Yo, listen, if you've been rocking with us the whole season, yo, we appreciate you guys more than you know. Honestly, we started this like as a fucking passion project.
And it still is.
We make no money from it. We just do it, and because we enjoy doing it. If you want to sponsor us, let us know. No, but shout out the team at Cycle Waters. You know what I mean? Keeping the boys hydrated day in, day out.
Guests that came on.
Shout out the guests. You guys are fucking incredible. Shout out our subscribers. I think we're at
run it up.
I think we're at like just over 300, like
320.
To even be at this point, like we didn't even know we'd make it this far. So if you've been rocking with us, even if that's just liking our shit on Instagram and supporting from that standpoint, we appreciate you. We're gonna keep bringing the content. We're gonna keep bringing it. Forever at this point, I think. I don't know. Dean, I told you, you're locked in. We're going to be like 50 here. Like fucking,
I'm down.
Hopefully not here, but man, we appreciate everybody, keep rocking with us. More content on the way.
Big season coming up.
Yeah, we're going to do something really, really big for season 4. So if you're just listening to this one, appreciate you as well. Dean, what Wagwan?
I don't know, man. I think a little more peace and love, a little less hate.
Yeah.
And appreciate the people around you because they're not your enemy. And, the harder you fight them, the harder they're going to fight back. So just be a little more chill with people around you and don't try to enforce your opinions on everybody.
Jeez.
That's it.
Dean, we're getting the third camera. We need the third camera because I hate that people can't see you. You know what I mean?
Trust me, Dean.
I'm ugly anyways.
No. We're getting you going. Season 4, we got a third camera coming in. You guys are gonna see
camera
Dean.
on everyone.
We're gonna get a fucking drone. That's supposed to put a drone in here. Anyways, okay, we won't get into it. Appreciate you guys.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Yeah,
we'll be back soon.
All right.
Much love, Dean.
We are out.